You decide during the course of your trial to accept the settlement offer by the defense. Now, the judge is going to ask you to get on the witness stand, and he's going to ask you a question. And the question will be, has anyone coerced you or forced you to enter into the settlement agreement? You want to know why he asked that question? Come join me as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Jerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. Once you decide to settle your case in open court, the judge asks you to take the witness stand. You then put your hand on the Bible and you swear to tell the truth. And now I'll have an opportunity to ask you some questions. And if I don't ask the question, the judge certainly will. The judge will ask, Mrs. Jones, has anyone forced you to accept this settlement offer? Now, why would he do that? Because the judge wants to make sure that nobody has put pressure on this injured victim, this injured patient. The judge wants to make sure there's no undue influence being made in order to accept this settlement and end the trial once and for all. The judge wants to make sure that no one is forcing this particular injured victim to accept this settlement offer. And once he gets an acknowledgement that no one has forced her to go ahead and settle this case, she's doing it voluntarily of her own free will, now we can go ahead and finish up the settlement discussion needed in order to finalize this case. But it's really important that the judge gets this information and gets the injured patient, gets the injured victim to verbalize, no, judge, nobody has forced me to settle this case. No one has forced me to enter into negotiations to end this matter. And the sad reality is that there are some instances where people will put undue pressure onto the injured victim to go ahead and settle a case. And the judge wants to make absolutely sure none of that monkey business takes place in his courtroom. And in order to make that happen, he's got to ask the question. I, as the attorney, will usually ask that question. But if I don't, the judge will ask it. Sometimes I've seen judges ask it even though I've asked it, because they want to make absolutely certain. And once they get that information, fine, now they're satisfied and we can proceed forward. So why do I share this great information with you? You know, I share it with you just to give you a sense of what goes on during the trial process, during the negotiation process here in the state of New York involving civil cases of accident matters, medical malpractice cases, and even wrongful death matters. You know, I realize you're watching this because you've got your own questions. Well, if your matter happened here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but you have questions, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Jerry, G-E-R-R-Y, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Jerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.